Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today, we're looking at 1980s hit songs that have come to be associated with tragic events, scandals, and coincidences.
Oh, can't you see? You belong to me.
Just like Starting Over, John Lennon.
No one's to blame, my no time flies so quickly.
Beatle turned revolutionary solo artist John Lennon was a master of mixing the sentimental with the eerie. It sadly wasn't long before Just Like Starting Over became more eerie. Lennon's chart-topping breakout for the 80s is a lively, ambient expression of love for wife and creative partner Yoko Ono through hardship. Not 2 months after the single's release, he was murdered right in front of her outside of their New York home.
Although our love still special.
The swan song that opened the couple's final album in Lennon's lifetime thus inspired an interpretation of renewal for Ono after this unthinkable tragedy. Whether that's reassuring or melancholy, Just Like Starting Over holds a bittersweet place in fans' hearts, no matter what.
And my love, it'll be just like starting over.
In the air tonight, Phil Collins. The dreamy electro-pop triumph In the Air Tonight has always had a chill running through it. Phil Collins's meditation on remorse and despair was so intense that some people randomly theorized it as eyewitness testimony. Over time, there developed this urban legend that the song was inspired by the singer-drummer's failure to intervene in a murder at a resort. Of course, Collins has gone on record as saying that he really wrote it as a response to the divorce from his first wife, Andrea Bertorelli.
That is the best story I've ever heard of.
I know. Unfortunately, none of it's true.
What?
You know, I was just pissed off, I was angry.
That personal touch does admittedly make the soft ballad's lyric feel more acrimonious. But after hearing the bogus rumor about In the Air Tonight, it's hard to unhear it.
It's all been a pack of lies. That sounded really good.
Thanks, babe.
Tainted Love, Soft Cell. The hopping heartbreak anthem Tainted Love was originally performed by Gloria Jones in 1965.
Take not, give, and that's not living. Oh, tainted love.
16 years later, Soft Cell turned it into a synth-pop staple. The club scene, which particularly embraced the foreboding jam, was then gripped by fear after the AIDS crisis began the same year.
Tainted love. Tainted love.
Tainted Love became so entwined with this that Coil, a band led by a same-sex couple, released their own cover in '85 to benefit AIDS research.
Tainted love.
This even resonated with Soft Cell frontman Mark Allman, who came out as gay 2 years later. He may not have had the allegory in mind when he first did Tainted Love, but in a 2022 interview with Vulture, he called it a soundtrack for that scary time.
It's had a life of its own, that song. It was in the American Guinness Book of Records as the longest ever single in the American Billboard Top 100 for a while. It's still played everywhere. Everywhere I go, I still hear it. It's on films, TV shows, our version, and people still have this great affection for it.
Summer of '69, Bryan Adams.
I got my first real six string.
Sweeping nostalgia turned Summer of '69 into a signature song for Bryan Adams. Of course, there were those creeps who had a seedier take on the title, including Adams himself. In a 2008 interview with CBS's The Early Show, he claimed the song really does allude to a sex act.
I want to ask you about Summer of '69.
Sure.
Is it biographical? Is it accurate?
Well, the song actually, a lot of people think it's about a year, but actually it's more about making love in the summertime.
But co-writer Jim Vallance asserted that he envisioned an innocently sentimental anthem, with his drafts of Best Days of My Life mentioning the year 1969 only once.
Each line of lyric kind of resulted from maybe a 10-minute chat about something, first girlfriends, first kisses. I mean, standing on your mama's porch. I don't know what Brian was thinking about, but for me, that was Betty Donaldson back in summer of 65.
Adams retitled the track and made Summer of 69 the refrain, deliberately to promote the innuendo. The classic may still evoke fond memories for those who grew up between the 60s and 80s, but others may not want them to explain why.
Oh yeah, back in the summer of 69.
Hungry Like the Wolf, Duran Duran.
Dark in the city, night is a wire. Steam in the subway, earth is a fire.
Honestly, a lot of Duran Duran's steamy hits have aged poorly as the mainstream social climate has evolved. Their international breakout, Hungry Like the Wolf, sounds particularly predatory just from the title. A 2007 cover by ska punk band Real Big Fish even opened with a spoken word analysis of the lyrics' violent implications.
Let's put the song into perspective just so you guys can understand where I'm coming from when I sing this. It's that the woman is the hunted.
As they've gotten older, Duran Duran have opened up in interviews and writing about their scandalous heyday of hard partying. Frontman Simon Le Bon has, however, denied a 2018 allegation of sexual assault back in 1995. Duran Duran really haven't faced many serious scandals, but neither have they made any apology for the crass machismo once romanticized in songs like Hungry Like the Wolf. Leave Me Alone, Michael Jackson. Media scrutiny followed Michael Jackson throughout his life. Finally, he wrote Leave Me Alone in response to public ridicule about his plastic surgery and such eccentric acts as adopting a pet chimpanzee. The headlines got much darker after the 80s. Jackson has been accused of serious sex crimes since 1993, leading to a 2005 trial that ruled him not guilty on 10 counts. All the while, his reckless parenting style and medical issues horrified fans.
You got a way you make me feel so sorry. I found out right away.
The relatively light scandals that inspired Leave Me Alone were eclipsed by rumors and realities that only escalated tabloid harassments. They have haunted the Prince of Pop's overall legacy, to say nothing of his catchy plea for privacy. Every Breath You Take, The Police.
Every breath you take, and every move you make.
The world initially swooned with Every Breath You Take as a somewhat excessively intimate love song. There were surely some cynical listeners who thought the lyrics warranted contacting the real police. Well, despite the melody, the romantic interpretation was actually incorrect. In 1993, the Police singer and bassist Sting told The Independent that the chart-topping Grammy-winning ballad is about a cruelly possessive lover.
There's something about the song that is ambiguous. It's to some people, it's a love song. To other people, they think it's some sort of anthem for a stalker. So there's something a little off about it. And I think that's its power. So I never contradict people about how they interpret the song.
He actually wrote it as an allegory for the growth of media intrusion and surveillance in the 1980s. The song is still widely accepted as uplifting, so maybe people aren't watching Sting all that closely after all. The fact remains that he doesn't even hear much romance in Every Breath You Take. Let's Go Crazy, Prince and the Revolution.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life.
His purple badness has been firing up partiers ever since Let's Go Crazy hit the scene. The party ended for those who really paid attention to the lyrics and Prince's shocking death in 2016. The song describes not letting the elevator bring you down, which was chilling enough after Prince told Musician magazine in '97 that this was a metaphor for the devil.
I'm gonna let the elevator break us down. Oh no, let's go crazy.
Never mind that he died in an elevator of a prescription overdose almost 20 years later. Note how the song's last verse also speaks of resisting the temptation of pills. While we should respect Prince's wish to not let these coincidences and religious allegories bring us down, they do spoil the spirit of Let's Go Crazy. Cold-blooded, Rick James. It was a hot story when the always scandalous Rick James and Linda Blair dated. Everyone knew that the actress was the inspiration for the spicy title track of the album, Cold-Blooded.
Cold-blooded, what more can I say? Sexy, sexy, sexy.
What they didn't know about was the pain behind this tale of attraction and anger toward a girlfriend. James's 2014 posthumous autobiography, Glow, opened up about Blair terminating a pregnancy in 1983 without consulting him.
First of all, I heard that Cold-Blooded was about you. Is that true? Let me know, because I love stories.
What's it worth to you?
Oh, mommy. I'm not sure. What is it worth? I would just love to know if that's true or not.
He said it was.
After finding out, he wrote Cold-Blooded as a way to process his complicated emotions. Blair and James continued dating until '84, having inspired a hit that listeners later learned was more cathartic than passionate.
Who do you? Girl, who do you belong to?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. What your mama don't see, your mama don't know. Gary Glitter. A number of Gary Glitter's scintillating anthems are distressing in retrospect. To be sure, What Your Mama Don't See, Your Mama Don't Know sounded pretty creepy when it was first released as a standalone single in 1980. It sounded very different 19 years later when Glitter was first convicted of possession of disturbing material involving minors. He faced many more charges of abuse and inappropriate relationships after that, before being sentenced to 16 years in prison in 2015. The whole world now knows the truth about the man behind What Your Mama Don't See, another one-time classic that has been distorted by Glitter's terrible crimes. Perhaps it's for the best that this particular one has been largely forgotten. What are some other 80s classics that haven't held up under scandal? Let us know in the comments below.
I was born in the USA.